get out of the way of some of them problems. And you don't want it totally thick. And if it comes on thick like that, you can dab it off with the, like, you still want the blue color to come through. You don't want black, like spray painted black. And you should have in your paint, try to have in your paint, try to have thick black. That's really thick. Try to have a real thick black, watered down black, a little bit of alcohol and black. It's all different textures of black that you can use on your car when you're doing it. And that is important too. So here I got real thick, almost right out of the bottle. Like that. Let me show you. Out of the bottle, black, real thick, like that. Then I got a more watered down version, like that. Then I got a really watered down version, like that. And each one of those does different textures on your car, and you go from thick to mild to the really diluted. And that's what you do when you're doing it. What you do when you're doing it. And if you got a picture of the top of the car, it's really the most boringest part, but if you got a picture, that's good to copy off of. If not, you'll get the hang of doing it. And when we get into it later with the rest, I'll show you. Okay, now we're going to put some rust on with the airbrush. And if you see here, right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, if it'll take, but there's some yellowish, reddish rust dripping down from these. Now these are, I'll show you everything in a minute. This is rust that's been rust spots, and they're a dark. What's running off of them is a lighter yellowy rust. So we're going to do that. Plus, we're going to add a little rust and dust. And I use the rust for the dust also. And you can see it there better. Right there. So I'm going to use, well, I'll show you right now. Okay, this is what you're going to need. And one moment. Okay, for the dark rust spot, and I'll show you this again on the other side when I make a big rust, but for the dark rust spot, you need this here. This is the best rust I've ever found for coloring rust, and it's a paste, as you can tell. It's a paste, and you mix it with alcohol, all the different textures, and it's called Liquitex. Liquitex, and the color is burnt umber. It's the best I've ever found. So we're gonna make our dark rust spots with burnt umber, and then we're going to airbrush on with Liquitex raw sienna. So I'm going to go step by step with that with you so you can see. And this is the best stuff ever, and it lasts forever. Just a little dab in alcohol and you got a whole bottle, and it'll last you forever. Granted, it's like $10 to $20 for this stuff, depending on the color. So you get first, you get a real fine tip pen, or a paintbrush, sorry. Let me show you here. And that is that fine, and it's really fine. This is really fine, and this brush is pretty much trashed. So, and it is, let me see, but I read the number, a 5-0. That's the level of it, I guess is the level. Anyway, so take your dark burnt umber, just put a little dab on your brush, and we're gonna do it right there. I'll put that here so you can see it. And first you just a little dab, and then your brush. Don't need a lot. Damn. Where are we here? Okay. And then put in your rust spot. Now you might want to highlight this with a little bit of burnt sienna, which is more of a red color. And that'll highlight it because we got a whole bunch of black on there and it's in a black area. So you might want to highlight it, and I'll do that anyway. We got a little bit of rust there. So I'm going to highlight it now with burnt sienna. Because see how black on black? It's, burnt umber is really dark, and that rust won't stand out. So we're going to highlight it here with a little burnt sienna. And we just go inside the rust spot. How is it? Yeah, like that. It ain't focusing too well. Sorry. And put it on your finger, get it like that, and just inside make your rust spot. I'm going to get into the rust in more detail later, but since I'm doing that. Okay. And it's acrylic. It's acrylic paste. Best stuff in the world. Best stuff. Through your air gun, painting, everything. You can do everything with it. It's the best stuff. If you got it, you got to get the paste. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm going to take raw sienna. Liquitex raw sienna. Got my shot glass. Take out the water. You want alcohol in it, not water. And you take a bigger brush.